Government takeover of policing in the nation's capital. Let's bring in CBS News White House reporter Willie James Emmons. So when you hear going on patrol, what is that about? What details do we know?
Hey there, Jerika. Well, scant details coming from the White House as of now, but earlier today in a radio interview, President Trump said that he would essentially go on patrol with local police, with the military, of course. The president called the National Guard into parts of D.C. to patrol. He also called for federal agents from multiple government law enforcement agencies to patrol the streets of Washington, D.C., as well as that federal takeover of the police department for at least the next 30 days. We, of course, know that Vice President J.D. Vance visited Union Station, that is the central train station here in D.C., to visit and thank troops. But we'll, of course, bring you more details once the White House releases that information in terms of when and where President Trump will go. As of now, the guidance from the White House, there's no public events for the president, but we'll, of course, bring that to you once we have it.
So I want to turn, Willie James, to the U.S. and European Union. They've unveiled new details about the framework of its trade deal. What exactly does that entail? What do people need to know?
Yeah, well, we, of course, were waiting for the details of this deal between the U.S. and the European Union. Remember, this was announced during the president's trip to Europe when he visited his golf courses in Scotland. It was a working trip, so to speak, because we, of course, know the president likes to golf for the weekends. But on that trip, he was able to strike this deal with the European Union. It would call for a tariff of 15%, essentially across the board for most of those EU products. Notably, it would also include vehicles as well. Remember, there was a 25% tariff on those foreign automobiles coming from the EU. So that's a discount if you think of it that way. On the other side of this, it opens the market for U.S. products, including those industrial and agricultural products. Jerika, you and I have been talking about this in our coverage for CBS over the weekends leading up to this. And this is certainly something that the White House has been working towards. And it will take a few weeks, maybe months, for the EU to work out how this will be implemented. But, of course, the president can sign those executive orders to make this happen in the near term.
And also, before you go, Willie James, the president is calling on the Federal Reserve Board member Lisa Cook to resign over allegations of fraud. We mentioned this yesterday. Are we learning anything new in reference to whether or not she plans to step down?
Yeah, well, in a statement, she essentially says that she has no intention of being bullied to step down from her position because of questions raised in a tweet. Now, this tweet was raised by the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, which pointed out to Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, that there was potential fraud with two different properties, two different mortgages that Lisa Cook holds. The president then responded and essentially said that she needs to resign. Now, this, of course, comes as the president works to get someone confirmed, and to be exact, Stephen Moran confirmed to a vacancy to the Federal Board of Governors, and amid that heightened criticism from this president against Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, in terms of lowering interest rates. The president really wants to see those interest rates lowered, Jerika.